quer deixar de fugir. Evita da bola, entra na nave.
What up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Vibing with Fred. You see the title of the video. Alright, so today we're talking about what are some of the things that I've learned while living in Brazil for the period of time that I've been here. Alright, so this video will be clipped up into different parts because I have some talking points I want to go over and I'll have to go back and forth between them. But I made a small list of different things that I've noticed in the time that I've been here that might be beneficial and informative for you guys. So you know I'm always gonna bring you guys the information, you know what I'm saying, from the boots on the ground, and you're hearing it from the source. All right, so one of the first things that I've noticed, and I noticed it pretty early on, is that as an American and seeing how Americans operate, seeing how Americans live in access, you know. Americans live in access. We as Americans need so many things to feel like we are on top, right? Whether that be the nicest house or the most beautiful loft or apartment, the most clothes, the most shoes, the most jewelry, the most hats, the most, right? Keeping up with the Joneses. And after living in Brazil for the period of time that I've been here, I noticed that a lot of shit you really truly don't need. I mean, just think about how much money you spend on all the clothes, trying to keep up with the latest Jordans, the latest designer, all that shit, right? And I'm gonna speak about Brazil. I'm not gonna speak about other countries because I'm sure in Asian countries this is excess as well. In other South American countries this is excess as well. In Africa, I'm sure this is excess as well. Only place this is gonna be something that you're gonna see is gonna be in United States, Canada, and certain parts of Europe. All right. With that being said, it's a lot of shit that I just truly have not used and have not needed, right? To think about how much money you spent on the latest shoes, the latest gear, all these latest things trying to keep up, right? I've noticed here in Brazil, I don't even use half of the shoes that I have, right? I don't even use half of the clothes that I have. A lot of the times, when you see how other people are dressed here, you're like, damn, I might be overdressed, right? When I was packing my bags and stuff to come to Brazil, the fees of all of this shit that I was bringing. And you know, when you get here, you're like, damn, bro, I ain't even used this. I haven't even used that. Haven't even touched this. Bro, there's so many pairs of pants, shirts, dress shirts, polos, all this shit, bro, I just haven't worn, right? Because when you, like I said, when you go out, you see how other people carry themselves, you see how they dress. They are very, very minimal with the things that they have. You're not gonna see, if you see people with designer on, 9 times out of 10, it's not real, right? You got some people who got it good here in Brazil, I'll say that. But a lot of the times, a lot of that stuff is not real, you know? They do have swap meets and places like that. You can come and buy different designer shit, kind of like the swap meet in LA, or like the flea market stuff in Dallas. You know, they have like the Balenciaga shirts and the Gucci belts and the Louis belts and the shoes, all this shit. It looks good, but it's not real, right? You have a small percentage of people who even wear it, even though it's not real, all right? It's not something that you see. People don't prioritize that type of stuff a lot. When it comes to furniture, you don't even need that much furniture in your apartment. To you know, in the United States, people try to deck out their apartment with all this stuff, and you think about it, half the time I'm not home most of the time anyway, so I don't need a very, very like full, when I say full, I mean every single thing in every single corner, every wall covered. A lot of that stuff is not necessary. I'm not even, like I said, I'm not home. I decorate my place, and I continuously decorate my place when I'm out. I see this little thing here, little thing there, I grab it, and I piece it up like that. But a lot of the stuff, bro, is honestly not necessary. I've noticed when you have to continuously stress about shit like that, it adds stress, because it's like, damn, this person has, I need to get it, or this just came, I need to get it, bro. A lot of you guys ask, how's my stress level? If you just minimize that out alone, bro, my stress level has decreased huge amounts, bro. So that alone is a big proponent to stress, and I've noticed that living in Brazil, you don't need a lot to be happy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people here don't have a lot, and these are some of the most happiest people I've been around. You know what I'm saying? And you look at all the people who got everything in the States or want to pretend like they have it all and be the most stressed, most depressed. You know what I'm saying? It's backwards thinking, but you won't know that until you are living somewhere and you notice little things like that. So that's number one. Number two would be overcompensating with flashy and designer things, right? I feel like the people that I've seen here that overdo it, and there's so many people here that I've seen that try to overdo it. It's not a lot, but the ones that I do see, they overdo it, right? It's overcompensating, right? When you try to flex this, when you try to flex that, and a lot of the chicks, when I go out and I'm with them, they kind of just look in disgust, right? Because it's just like, you doing way too much, bro. We know you ain't got it like that, right? It's overcompensated, and it just shows lack of confidence. It shows lack of self, right? It's just like, I wanna show this image to minimize to turn the light away from the real problem that I have with myself, right? It says that, man. And it says that in the States too. It says it everywhere. When dudes try to flash how much this, flash this, it's just overcompensation, right? You don't need that. You can be a minimal guy or a minimum person in general, right? You can be a minimal person and still get the same result. I'm speaking for Brazil, you don't have to be luxury to get the attention that you want from who you want it from, all right? You don't need the designer. You don't need to be flashing money, all the jewelry, the gold watches, the gold chains, the cars, all that shit. A lot of people here don't even have vehicles, but the ones that do, it's like I said, if you got a car, great, right? That's a good thing. If you got your own place here, that's a great thing. If you come across a woman here who has her own car, her own house, she has a job, 9 times out of 10, that's a wife. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to talk about how do you find a wife? Find the women who have their own car, their own crib, they own everything. All right. Now, does that mean if she don't have that, does that mean she's not a wife? No. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's a start, right? She got her own. She could have a good job and a car, but not her own apartment. She's still working for something. You know what I'm saying? She could have her own place, no car, and a good job. She's still working for something. So don't let that be the end all be all if she got to have all three to be considered a wife. All right. But my point is that flashiness is just overcompensation. You don't see a lot of that here in Brazil, at least not in Salvador. You don't see a lot of that. Even when I was in Sao Paulo, you didn't see a lot of that. When we was in Recife, we didn't see a lot of that. I can't speak for Rio, I've never been there. But the places that I'm talking about right now, I personally have not seen it. And the ones I do see it don't get as much play and action as you might think. And even though they speak the language, they don't get as much play as you think. I've seen guys here who wear Lacoste, swim trunks, flip-flops to the beach, and a pair of colorful sunglasses, right? That's the Brazilian look. And they be pulling all the girls, bro. I'm just like, damn, okay. So you could be very basic and very, very minimal and have a lot of success while dating here in Brazil. Just hopped in my Uber right now. Another thing I want to say is that people truly don't give a damn that you're American here in Brazil. So don't think that that is going to get you anything extra than the next person. Does it get you to the front gate? Yes, but does it get you into the party? No, right? Let that sink in. I'm gonna say that again. It gets you to the front gate, right? But it does not get you and grant you access into the party. So that's one thing I've been seeing. I've seen a lot of American guys come down here. I know a lot of them personally, and I've seen a lot of people go out and get no attention. You know what I'm saying? And the chick know that they're American. It does not matter that you're an American. Doesn't matter where you go, you still have to be on top of your game. You know what I'm saying? But it will get you. Damn. This dude almost fucked up this car. It will get you looks. It will get you people interested out of curiosity. You know, they wanna try something new. But you still, once you get in the door, you still gotta carry yourself, you know, in the best way, in the best light, because at the end of the day, people have social media, people have news outlets, people have their own interpretation and view of Americans. And let's be honest, a lot of the times it's not good. You know what I'm saying? It comes across as Americans can be arrogant, cocky, boastful, disrespectful, think they better than the next person, shit like that. So when you're coming down here, you might not be in the best light. So it's best to just do your best part, you know what I'm saying, to put the best foot forward and show them that you're not a stereotype, right? That's why when I make the videos that I made in the past, telling you guys the different ways that, you know, you can have a successful dating experience, I don't think you guys watched that video, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the things I share in those videos are very helpful tips, all right? I'm in my Uber right now, by the way, if y'all wondering why I'm bouncing around and shit. So, but anyways, don't let the mindset creep in that, oh, if she don't want to talk to me and I'm American, that's her loss, or she fucked up, or this and that. They don't care that you're American, honestly. You could be an American with a lot of money and they won't talk to you. You could be an American with a little bit of money and you treat them good and they'll really rock with you. So, or you could be a Brazilian with little or no money and they will rock with you, or they might not rock with you, right? So you can be from any other country. It doesn't matter your nationality. It all comes down to how you treat them, how you carry yourself, your charisma, your character, your personality, the energy you give them, and the consistency, right? A lot of women here are not used to consistency, which is another reason why a lot of these women here that I've heard, that's the reason, or one of the reasons why they're single, right? A lot of the guys here are not consistent with them and not faithful. Are all Brazilian men like that? No. Before y'all try to say, oh, you can't speak for all, I'm not speaking for all. My personal experience, where I've talked to Brazilian women and asked them, why are you single? Or why is your friend single? You know, you're attractive, you're beautiful, you're cool, you seem like a good person, gente boa, right? Like, why are y'all single? Why is there so many single women? And these are some of the reasons why, right? So, that's one of the reasons why, because of consistency. So, what I'm telling you guys is true. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just throwing shit out and hoping it sticks to the wall. Things that I'm telling y'all are actually factual. All right. Next thing I've talked about in almost every single video, you got to learn the language here. All right. You gotta learn the language. 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 What does learning the language do? It shows that you are putting initiative in learning Portuguese. You're trying to adapt to the culture here, right? Even if you don't even speak it fluently, which I don't, but I can walk up to a random person. I can hop in the Uber and we can talk the whole 20-30 minutes, right? And just talking. Go to a party, go to the beach, restaurant, somebody sit down next to me. I know how to carry a conversation and have a good conversation. And they're only gonna ask me where I'm from because I talk Portuguese with an accent, right? So every place in Brazil has their own different accents and dialects, kind of like California sounds different from Chicago, different from Texas, different from New York, right? So it's the same, but they all have their own different accents, have their own different slangs. But it just shows that you give a damn, right? And that will win you points, you know, even if you're just trying, right? And that's why I always give credit to Floyd for trying. Even though he don't live here, he was planning to live here. I don't know what his plans still are, but I know he was taking the initiative to he got a CPF, he was doing the steps for a person that's wanting to live here. And he actually hired a tutor, 2 of them, to help him learn Portuguese, right? And even though Floyd didn't know Portuguese, to save his life, he still would try, bro. And the girls would giggle and laugh, you know. And it wasn't a laugh out of embarrassment. It was a laugh like, oh my gosh, that's cute, right? Flirty laughing, like chuckling and shit, right? And he would get the number. So it's not like I said, you don't have to be the most smooth ever or the most suavest person. You just have to really just show that you care and that you're trying. You know what I'm saying? Learning the language is key to no matter where you go, bro. It shows that you're trying to adapt to the culture, the environment. You want to communicate with the people here. A lot of people ask me all the time, how do I have so much success? How do I build relationships, longevity with people here? And they see it, bro. Like, he's trying. I know I have friends that's been coming to Brazil, older cats, been coming to Brazil for 10, 15 plus years, and been knowing people, hanging out with people, seeing people grow up, seeing their kids grow up, and speak Portuguese. You know what I'm saying? And they build long-lasting relationships within the community, right? It helps win over their trust. It helps if you're trying to date. It helps, you know, build a relationship, whether it be business opportunities, networking opportunities. It helps all across the board. So learn the language. It's very, very important, bro. I can't stress that enough. I say it in every video. It's getting to the point to where, like, you guys shouldn't even be asking me how I need to learn Portuguese. You guys should already know. I talk about it in every video. Listen to Portuguese while you sleep. They have 8-hour videos, 10-hour videos of just Portuguese, different words, different phrases, different sentences, and you just listen to it while you sleep, bro. That's programming, right? Go on websites, find Brazilians to talk to, have conversations with them. You know, like that's some of the best ways you're gonna learn to speak the language. That's how I learned it in 2 or 3 months. You know what I'm saying? So listen to the advice I'm giving you, bro. It's helpful. One of the last things, which I can go on and on about this topic, but one of the things that I've noticed the most is that parties in Brazil is completely different than the States, right? When you go to the States and you go out to the club, everybody's trying to flex on everybody. Who coming in with the newest shit? Who's popping the most bottles, right? Who's throwing the most money in the club? That's who's gonna have the most attention. That's gonna have the most success with the ladies in the club. Because we know that's what they after, right? And you know, you step on my shit, I'm shooting up the club. You step on my shoes, you look at me wrong, you know, you brush up against me the wrong way, and we about to tear the club up, right? In Brazil, you know how many times people done stepped on my shoes? Now, when I first got to Brazil, I was fresh, and I was a little heated about it. That's just, you know, that's just a cultural difference. But it's, you know, they apologize. I'm sorry. Because they see you get upset. But after a while, you know, you're just like, okay, I know these parties be crowded. Everybody's dancing, having a good time. You just adapt to the culture, right? In Brazil, ain't nobody throwing money in the club, bro. Nobody's looking around, seeing who watching me, who watching. No, bro. Nobody's mean mugging, sitting on the wall, staring at some other people trying to see who watching me, or I'm gonna have to punch somebody out. Nobody's doing that. Everybody's having a good time, right? Nobody's in there trying to be the most flashy with the latest designer, with the most flashy chains, none of that shit. Everybody's just having a good time. People popping bottles, having a good time. Nobody's trying to, ain't no bottle wars in Brazil. Nobody's trying to outdo the next person by trying to pop, oh, he popped the bottle, I'm gonna pop two. Now you will see that in the States, almost in every club. So that's the big difference, you know what I'm saying? The price is a big difference. You can go get a section, you get your table, you get your bottle, you can spend around 50, 60 bucks on your bottle, right? We know 50, 60 bucks ain't getting you 2 drinks in the States, maybe 3. It damn sure not getting you no section, it's damn sure not getting you no bottle, all right? So let's think about the math. For one bottle, you're gonna spend 50, 60 bucks for the whole entire section, right? Everything included. That's gonna cost you around $400 or $500 minimum in the States for just a bottle of Hennessy in the section, right? And you splitting that between 8, 9 people, right? And y'all all cash apping each other to get this one bottle. So everything is completely different here, you know. And y'all ask, I know you living good, sleeping good, having a good time, and enjoying it. It's not stressful. All these things I listed, that is reduce your stress, reduce anxiety, right? I can go on and on about this topic, but these are some of the things that I've noticed that stick out the most when going out to have a good time. I know a lot of you guys mentioned the club scenes that I post. You see a lot of girls dancing with each other. And I've talked about this in live streams. I've talked about this on videos. A lot of the girls dance with each other, but there's nothing wrong with approaching them as well. You know what I'm saying? It makes it easier when you have somebody with you, like a friend, another guy, or a group of guys. But like I've always said, I don't ever approach someone who is not giving me attention, right? We was at a club last night, me, Eric, and Kev. You know, the guys, K&E Worldwide, that you guys see in my videos, the popular TikTokers. We was going to a club last night. We passed by a club downstairs, and this girl really eyed me as I walked around the corner. And it was like, bro, you see that? I was like, yeah, I saw that. We get into the club we was going to, the next club, not even the same club. We went to another club. She literally went into this club, found me, and made it obvious. Came up and addressed me. She pulled up on me. So that type of energy, you feel me? When you receive that type of energy, why would you just randomly walk up to girls who are not giving you attention in the club, right? And they was there, they saw the whole thing, and they was like, damn, like that? Yeah, it'd be like that. So sometimes you just gotta be cool, bro. She saw me looking, I didn't stop what I was doing to go and approach her while she was inside another club. She came and sought after me, right? And the rest was history. This is a big one as well. This is a big one, bro. Freedom of speech is not free anywhere. And you know how they say freedom of speech and freedom. That freedom shit only stays in the United States, all right? Here in Brazil, discrimination, sexism, disrespect towards the opposite sex, like the gender equality shit, LGBTQ, discriminative stuff towards gays, any of that in Brazil, bro, they will roast your ass until you're black, charcoal, and done. And I knew this prior to the incident that just recently happened, okay? And I've talked about this, and I've learned this from Brazilians. And I've learned this from Brazilians by making mistakes, that you can't say certain shit here, you can't do certain shit here. And I know a lot of people have issues with homosexuality, you know, men looking at them a certain way or talking about them a certain way or approaching them. Look, I am a straight man. right? I like only women. But there's times where men will try to shoot their shot. And I'm gonna tell you like this: if you are disrespectful to them, or if you put your hands on them, or if you make comments about them, whether it be online or in person, that is a serious offense in Brazil. It's just a serious offense, bro. So I'm telling you that now, again, that anything you do as far as discrimination and shit like that, freedom of speech, thinking you can just say whatever you want to the people here, it's not good. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. And like I said, a reason why I tell you guys about the women that speak English that I've met personally that it never worked out, it's because of this. And this is why I'm telling you this. It's not because of the incident that happened with Austin. It's not because of that. It's because of my personal experience that I've had with females here who understand the same language. They have a certain mindset. I have a certain mindset. We clash, right? I say whatever I feel like I want to say, and it causes issues tremendously. So I'm only telling you guys this because of my own fuck-ups, right? So take it from me. Take it from me, that you just can't say whatever you want to say. And if you do have your own opinion about things, keep it to yourself. Because verbally speaking it to other people who don't think like you and that don't want to think like you will burn that relationship. You will lose friends. You will lose people. And shit will turn on you. All right? I've met beautiful women, bro, that we just didn't see eye to eye. I could overlook some of the things, right? But it's the way I presented it and said it, and my attitude behind it early on is what tarnished that relationship from ever flourishing. So just take it from me. Take it from me. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to the next point. But yeah, that's a serious thing here, bro. That's a very, very, very serious crime in Brazil. And I don't know how true this is, but I was with someone yesterday. I was with a young lady, and she told me, I asked her, I said, isn't prostitution in Brazil legal? And she said, no. I don't understand why people think that. She works in a field that works around certain things pertaining laws and stuff like that. So she said it's not legal in Brazil, but people do it, right? So just be careful with that as well. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get caught up dealing with working girls. So I tell you guys, do not deal with working girls. And I would continue preaching that even more so now, hearing that it's illegal. All right, which you shouldn't be coming to Brazil for that anyway. There's a lot of people that will go on and have dates with you, and if y'all lay down together, y'all lay down together, right? But I've always said, bro, there's no reason you should be coming to Brazil for working girls.